Hi, I'm Adam Murphy, Democratic candidate for U.S. Senate here in Wisconsin, and I'm going to give you a 3-minute breakdown on why Vladimir Putin invaded Ukraine exactly when he did. Let's hit the whiteboard. All right, so for anybody that follows me, you know that I love game theory and strategy. And so my goal is to try to figure out, why did Putin invade right now, February 24th? Some say age, some say it was associated with the glory and the power, right? The goal of restoring the USSR, the Russian Empire. I don't entirely buy that for right now, for February 24th. What about NATO? Well, there was nothing specific going on. Ukraine hadn't asked to be in NATO, but this was certainly the excuse. And it was legitimate. I will say this, it's legit in his head because NATO was designed to stop the USSR specifically from encroaching on Europe. So I will say this is legit in his mind, but it doesn't have anything to do with that date specifically because nobody was applying for NATO. So now we get into Trump, Biden, and oil, and this is the now. So first of all, we had Trump and Biden. Some say Trump was strong, Biden is weak. That doesn't have a damn thing to do with it. What it is that Trump was withdrawing the United States from the world stage. We were no longer going to be that big brother looking out for everybody, and he knew that. So that's why he never did it under Trump. Trump was doing his work for him. But what about Biden? Well, Biden is restoring the United States to the world stage. We are making those negotiations with our allies again. Trump put tariffs on our allies. Biden is restoring the relationships with our allies. That is a problem for Putin. Okay, but again, why February 24th? Okay, now we get oil and money, and here's the key. In February, this was the first time that supply was bigger than demand in 20 months. So that meant that we're at a peak, arguably, for oil prices, and 40% of GDP for Russia is from oil. And OPEC had announced that for both March and April, they were increasing production by 400,000 barrels each month, which meant he was going to be making less money. Oh, and the United States was up 20% in production and drilling new wells, which meant he was going to make less money. And the future forecast for oil is that over the next couple of years, we might go up as much as 5% in demand, but then we are going to start to drop off. Which means that right now, February 24th, was when he had the most money available before Biden could really start to get the rest of the world coordinated. That's why he did February 24th. It was all about oil and money. So there you go. Biden was getting the band back together. Putin was no longer going to be a solo singer. He was going to be a backup, and he was getting a pay cut.